Welcome back to the Rustic Dreamland. I'm Glider, and we're here playing Oxygen Not Included today. Finally back in here. Been out of town for a while and bulked up on Thea videos. So let's kind of see what sort of stuff we have going on here. Probably should have gone back to last video and refreshed myself what we were working on. We basically finished the battery. We're getting overheated down here, which seems a little strange. We're also not getting very much carbon dioxide in here, which is why we told that to get dug out. Oh, I see. We're actually in a vacuum. We've created a situation where they're in a vacuum, which means the heat can't transfer to anything else. Okay. If that's the case, then we're just going to have to move them over here. So yeah, I'll explain that a little better. So if something is in a vacuum, then there is no medium for which it can transfer heat. This fella's starving to death. Ruby, oh no, it's Ruby. Where's Ruby? Ruby's starving to death and not going to go eat, which seems strange. Hopefully Ruby does not actually starve to death. But anyhow, when something's in a vacuum, there is no gaseous medium to allow it to transfer heat somewhere else. So the heat builds up in the device, and the device overheats and breaks. So you need your devices to be in gases and things if they generate heat. If they don't generate heat, then they'll be fine. You don't have to worry about it. All right, so we're going to put our carbon skimmers right here. We're going to make all of this right here airflow tile. Okay, so the water's coming from over here. And the wastewater is just being pumped over here. Okay. So we're going to build over here to get access to the wastewater. So output, output. And then the inputs we'll just steal from right here since they're handy. But basically, we're just not getting anywhere near enough CO2 into this little thing to do what we need. As you can see how much is built up in our base. It's probably a similar thing over here. We just kind of tucked it off into the corner. Other new and exciting news about ONI is that Clay has finally released the new final 1.0 version in beta. So that's pretty exciting news. So lots of YouTubers right now are showing us the new and exciting stuff that's happening. And it looks like a lot of change. A lot of it's cool and exciting. A lot of it is going to like cause me to have to redesign how I play this game. So my favorite YouTuber, Cryptic Fox, just started a playthrough, and there's no serious amount of water in his starting biome, so he's having a lot of trouble creating oxygen. So the new biomes are pretty cool. I think the biggest thing that I'm not happy about, wow, -60. It's less than -60. The thing that I'm least excited about is that you have to fertilize your Wheezeworts to keep them producing. So my oxygen treatment rooms, any of my cooling rooms that I just flood with hydrogen, are no longer going to function the way I want. So I'm going to have to be able to allow my dupes in and out of these oxygen rooms in such a way that we maintain hydrogen. So it's really going to cause a lot of us established people who've been playing this game for a long time and know what we're doing to reevaluate how we play this game so that we can continue to be successful at it. Okay, so up here we're just going to move this down, and we're creating a little pump off here that will fill just this one layer. Once this layer is full, this will be overpressure and won't release any more water. I'm only doing that because we're not quite done with research. We still have to have access to water for these levels of research. So that went ahead and broke. So I'm going to disable auto repair. I'm going to do the same over here. Same with this battery over here. This battery system, or not battery system, but power system that I was super excited about isn't going to function anymore because the dupes have to be able to get in here to give phosphorus, I think it was phosphorus fertilization to the Wheezeworts. Okay, so yeah, we were still just trying to finish this up. We were needing to get hydrogen up there for heat exchange. So hydrogen used to be coming from down here? No, we were just, yeah, hydrogen's going to be coming from down there. So it's coming right here, up to here. It's overpressure, but still, I'm going to go ahead and deconstruct that. So that, okay, so that's good. We're having some plumbing issues. We put way too much water in this system, but we got that water out, so that's good. Okay. The only other thing that's kind of concerning is this being full of water, if it will properly turn into steam. But we'll find out. Let's head up to the rockets and see what the rockets are up to. Okay, so we need them to be able to access this. That makes sense. We don't need that ladder anymore. It'll just get broken. This little guy here, cargo bay took a little bit of damage. That's interesting. This is one we've been sending out to get our advanced materials. Oh no! How did you die? Suffocation. Shoot. So we definitely need this system finished ASAP. We have to get these people the ability to breathe oxygen occasionally. Has to happen. Graveyard's not quite full, so they will be able to get him in there. Insufficient water, insufficient databanks. Okay, yep. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, the new biomes are pretty interesting too. There's sea biomes that introduce salt water. There's iron, not iron, there's rust biomes, I guess, which have rusty iron. And that's a new way of making oxygen, is to break down rust into oxygen and chlorine, I think it was. Although I'm not really sure on the biochemical process of that. I never personally tried to make oxygen out of rust that I recall. The rust biome is also a colder biome, not, negative degrees, but like 5 degrees Celsius. Oh, and then we have to connect this over here. Where's this going? Okay, yeah. Needs to connect into this system. That might confuse it. We might have to break a pipe, but we'll try it. Oh, and power. Of course, power. Let's see, those were on a different power system. I'll put it on this power system here. Because we're not even running that right now. And this isn't a permanent installation, necessarily. If it is, I can rework the power later. Made a mess? Why on earth would you be making a mess? I wonder why that overheated. Its overheat should be like 100 and something. 125. And it's in 70s. So that's strange. Unless it's wrong element damage. But the elements look just fine from here. Unreachable food. So we either lock them out or they don't have access to food. With 1,000,000 calories, though, it does not seem likely. Ruby has access to higher end stuff, but not fried mushrooms. So maybe that is right. May and Nisbet. Nisbet has access to fried mushrooms, and May. Give her access to fried mushrooms. So if it's not that, then they don't have the ability to get inside the base. Which is not the case. They can most certainly get inside the base. Ruby. So, yeah, Ruby just made a mess outside the base as well. Yet she can get inside the base. And the plumbing is going just fine to the bathrooms. The mysteries of a large base. It's very hard to keep up on all the comings and goings of why things are working and not working. Okay, just a couple pipes left, and then we are ready. Okay, they've flooded this area with their urine. You're idle. Just literally don't have a job to do. I find that hard to believe. There's just so much stuff to do in this base that I find that very confusing. And if you're going to stand idle, standing idle somewhere where you can breathe oxygen would probably be more ideal than doing it where they were. I don't know where they're trying to get this rock from, but apparently it's very far away, because I've got this on priority 9, and they're just, like, not doing anything with it. I am very excited for a new base. I cannot lie. After all the deaths and all the just the strange power issues and dupes that have gone idle for no reason, like a fresh base where the logic systems aren't as confused sounds very nice to me right now. Okay, they came up here and they built that. That's great. I think I want to try to get 4 or 5 of these on here. And they're just completely buried here. And it's probably not even refueled either because of being buried. This system's not creating oxalite anymore. Because no one's got the time or the algae to deliver it. Wow, those fish really were able to move about a bit. Really, I am really confused as to why over 2 cycles they have not finished this build on priority 9. Now people are making a mess again in their exosuits outside of the base. Like, everyone's on brakes. Like, what's our... Did I mess up the brake system somehow? No. This is a very reasonable brake system. Like, literally everyone on this brake, except 2, can use the bathrooms at the same time. Oh, except these downtimes are the same. That's interesting. The bath time is a little different. Okay, that shouldn't really be affecting things. Confused. Very confused. When morning rolls around, I'm putting this on the highest level priority. See, they mopped all that stuff up. Where is our igneous rock? Is that the problem? Is the igneous rock just so far away from the base they don't want to go get it? $69 tons of igneous rock. Which, yeah, apparently is just not in our base. Goodness gracious. What happened here? Water blocked it, so now it's just overflowing? That's interesting. I didn't know that would happen. How did all that water get down there? From over here? That thing's going well. Starvation, stressing. Goodness gracious, folks. This just may be the falling apart of a base. Like, I could probably salvage this if I tried really hard, but I don't know, guys. I think this might be the final trip to the Rustic Dreamland. We did good. We took a hotter biome. We cooled it down to a pleasant temperature. There's like a temperature thing that shows like if they're pleasant when they're in the room or not. Maybe they got rid of that reading since no one ever used it. But we have a nice pleasant temperature over here. So we adequately cooled a warmer biome and made luxury apartments. We gave almost everyone in the base a nice large apartment except for like 4 people, 6 people. We've been making pepper bread for 500 cycles. We grow, not the easiest thing to grow inside our base. We did some great stuff. Oh, another death. Starved to death. Starved to death. Yeah, these people who just wouldn't come back inside starved to death. Very confusing. There's absolutely no logic that would have stopped them from entering the base. We checked. We looked at their routing. Oh. I see it now. I was taking this apart. This was the only route for them to get back inside the base. I do see it now. Yep, so this was of my own fault. As it usually is. When you're just super confused about why dupes aren't doing what they should be doing, it's almost always your fault. We created a giant power system that, for the most part, for a long time, could power our base adequately, but towards the end it could not. We had 4 million food at one point. This base was highly successful for hundreds and hundreds of cycles and 40 or 50 videos. So I think we can say, despite ending on a sour note with many dupe deaths, that this was a very great base. And I enjoyed it thoroughly. And as soon as the 1.0 goes live, you most certainly will find me that day posting a video for you with a new base. So toss some comments on this final goodbye video to the Rustic Dreamland. And Scorpion, this is mainly for you. Maybe our new commenter, the seller. You guys can put in a comment here for me. I'll name a dupe in the new base after you. If you have some thoughts on a new base name, go ahead and toss a name for the new base in there as well. And if you don't want to be known as Scorpion Core or the seller, whatever you'd like that dupe name to be, happy to name it for you. So thank you all so much for all of our wonderful trips to the Rustic Dreamland, for all of the support over 40 or 50 videos showing how I like to build a base. And I will see you in a few weeks for the next base. Thanks again and have a great time. Bye-bye.